Heartbreak is one of those things that we all wish that we never had to experience, but we do. However, the experience isn't all bad. It actually can help us grow in many ways. Want to find out how? Join me right after this. Hey sis, welcome to Goodbye Heartbreak, Hello Healing. Are you hurt and confused after a recent breakup? Are you having thoughts like, I can't believe I'm here again. Why wasn't I enough for him? Or I'm never going to get married? Do you find yourself Googling how to get past the breakup or how to heal my broken heart? Do you start your morning feeling like you can finally breathe again, only to fall apart when you see a picture of your ex on social media? Hey sis, I'm Candace. I too was a single Christian woman who was heartbroken but still desired marriage. I too had numerous failed relationships and wished the right man would come along. I wanted closure from past relationships, healing for my heart, and I wanted to feel joy in my life again. But the truth is, I had no idea where to start or how to make any of this happen until I found the secret, partnering with God to heal from heartbreak. In this podcast, you will find tips for moving on after breakups, growing your relationship with God, and preparing for future relationships so that you will heal your heart and be ready to move forward into the life you desire. So turn off those heartbreak songs and turn me up in those earbuds. It's time to heal, sis. Hey sis, and welcome back to another episode of Goodbye Heartbreak, Hello Healing, where we heal from heartbreak God's way. We have some great stuff to talk about on today. So before we jump into it, I want to remind you to please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening, and also leave a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts. It really helps the show and it helps others just like you to find the show. So today we are talking about how heartbreak helps us grow as Christian women, all right? And for you specifically, most of you here are single Christian women. And so you are looking at this heartbreak like it's the worst thing ever. And trust me, I know how that feels. I have been there. I'm like, God, I can't believe I'm going through this. Or as the last time I went through it, I was like, I can't believe I'm here again. It is such a painful experience. No one wants to feel that kind of pain. However, we're all going to experience it in one way or another in our lives. And if someone says that they've gone their entire life and never experienced heartbreak, then sis, I think they were just not living, okay? Because if you are ever vulnerable, if you ever opened yourself up to anyone, that's always a possibility. But we don't want to live in this place that we're scared to do that, right? Where we're scared to open up, where we're scared to be in relationship with people. So the most important thing, like I said, is to figure out how heartbreak helps you to grow. I hope that you don't experience it again. I hope that this heartbreak is your last heartbreak, but just in case it's not, again, I want you to have the right perspective about it, because yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, it's going to be painful and all those things, but there are some things that happen in heartbreak that helps you to grow. Okay, so we're going to talk about the growth piece on today. Let's jump in. I have 5 ways that heartbreak helps you grow. And the first one is that it pushes you into the arms of God. All right. And that is the place where we should always be. No matter what season you find yourself in, you should be in God's arms. What does that mean? That means that you should be talking to him regularly. You should be abiding in him. I know, like this past year, I've been going through different things, tests and trials coming up different ways. I had a lot of stuff on my job that's been going on. And when I talk to God about it, he listens. He's there. And his comforting words are for me to abide in him. He's like, abide in me, abide in me. And I'm like, oh, I got so tired of hearing that in my spirit because I wanted to hear something else. But the truth of the matter is, when we are abiding in God, then that is like, 1, is the safest place to ever be. And 2, that's where you find your comfort, your peace, anything that you're looking for, because in him, like he's our source. So in him, we find all that we need. So while it may not be the thing that you want to hear right now, to abide in God, to be in his arms, sis, that is the absolute best place for you in this season. So that is the first way that it helps you to grow. And from there, God will do all the things. He'll blow your mind if you just go to him, right? He will heal your heart. He's going to grow you. He's going to do a lot of things. And we're going to talk about more of this in the next few points. So the second thing is that heartbreak strengthens your prayer life. Sis, I have never prayed like I prayed in the season of heartbreak. When I was feeling that pain, deep sadness, I was depressed. I, had so many questions about my future, and I was very disappointed because, I had planned all of this stuff. I was grieving my ex. I was grieving, not just my ex, but the relationship as a whole. I was grieving the future that I had planned out for myself. And so all of this stuff, like, that's painful. And you may find yourself in this same place, feeling that weight of heartbreak, that grief. So what do you do with it? You bring it to God in prayer. You release it to him in prayer. Okay. You surrender to him in prayer. And so I learned to pray through that season of my life in a way that I've never prayed before, because I was desperate for one. I was like, God, I cannot do this on my own. Like, I finally got to that breaking point where I was like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it, God, unless you show up, unless you help me to carry this. Like, I cannot do it. I thought I was going to lose my mind. And so if you find yourself there, go to God in prayer. Pray, talk to him, lament, release your emotions, all of those things. But I also learned, as I read through scriptures, I started praying those scriptures over my life. And those scriptures is one of the things that helped to strengthen me, right? Reading about God's promises, reading about his character, reading about how much he loves me and who I am in Christ. All of that helps me to pray better, to pray more, to pray effective prayers. So it helps to strengthen your prayer life. Heartbreak also gives you a reason to learn more about your identity. So when you're so tied to someone, I know people who have been in relationships with people for, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. And some of you guys have been married for a long time. And so your identity was heavily tied to this person. So once that relationship is over, then it's like, who am I now? And so now you have a reason to explore your identity where you may not have chosen that activity, so to speak, to do before when you were in a relationship. We're so blinded by love that we don't take time to figure out who we are apart from the person that we are with, especially in dating relationships. Like, it's dangerous to just lose yourself in that, because when the relationship ends, if it ends, you don't know who you are afterwards. And you've had the hardest time picking up the pieces, figuring out, what do I do now with my life? I don't know what I want. I don't know, it's like figuring out basically just who you are at your core, because again, you had wrapped your identity up in being so-and-so's girlfriend, so-and-so's fiance, so-and-so's wife, even, that you forget about yourself. So it gives you a reason to learn more about who you are in Christ. Number 4, it's an opportunity for you to explore your interests. Okay, so now it's time to figure out not just who you are, but what you actually want in life. Okay, so you have desires and things that you want, and marriage shouldn't be your only desire in life, sis. So take this opportunity to really just explore, what kind of things do I like to do? If you don't have a career yet, like, what kind of career choice do I want? What kind of ways do I want to take care of my body? What am I interested in doing? What kind of people are friends I want to have? You can find groups and meetups and things like that to meet new people and try new things. But this is the perfect opportunity to explore those options so that you can figure out, again, what it is that you want. It could be what you want leisurely. It could also be like, what do I see my life looking like for the next 5 to 10 years? If you are that kind of person who likes to plan that out, it gives you that space to do so and not have it so heavily connected to another person where it all depends on them. It's like you finally get that space to say, what do I want to happen? What do I want my life to look like? All right. So take advantage of that, because it's a rare gift that, not a lot of people get. And I think the opportunity always presents itself at some point in time in life. It's just that we don't take advantage of it. I know I spent so much time just trying to find a man, that I did not take the opportunity for a very long time to explore what I wanted, who I was outside of a relationship, and what I wanted my life to look like just as a person, just as Candace. And so when that time came up the last time, I was very grateful that God, in his kindness, allowed me to explore those options. So you can do the same. And then number 5, it develops or produces eternal fruit within you. And so by the fruit, there's lots of fruit and lots of things that people say are fruit, right? And I believe there's lots of things that are fruit, but I want to talk specifically about those fruit of the Spirit, okay? If you have not read about the fruit of the Spirit, go to Galatians chapter 5. It talks about it towards the end of the chapter, I believe. Verse 20 something. I don't have it written down, but Galatians chapter 5, go and read about the fruit of the Spirit. And those things are, eternal, right? Those are things that never fade, never rot, never, they don't tarnish. They are things that as you build them up, as you nourish the seeds that are planted within you, you're able to grow these fruit. And so it's fruit like love, joy, peace, patience, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, those types of things, self-control. Those are the things that, believe it or not, it's not the things that we're always seeking and running after, but it's the things that we need to make it here on this earth, right? It's the things that we need to respond to life in a godly way. It's to be able to move through life, because situations are always going to come up. If it's not heartbreak, it'll be something else. There's always tests, there's always trials, right? But if we have these fruit that are within us, then we're able to move through this world being the light that God has called us to be, being followers of Jesus, being a good example of what his kingdom should look like. So it should be every Christian's desire to grow these fruit within. And so I know a lot of women's I want a better relationship with God. I want to grow as a woman of God. I want to these are the things that you should look into. So again, if you've never read about Galatians chapter 5, go read those fruit of the Spirit and then start studying those things. If you're looking for something to study, as in Bible study, go study the fruit of the Spirit and see how you can grow in each one of these areas. Take your time and go through it, but this is the time for it. And because heartbreak puts such a demand on you, right? It affects your emotions and your thoughts, and it's putting pressure on your life that you have to be able to you're either going to produce these fruit or you're going to produce negative or toxic fruit in this time. And so with all of these things that I'm telling you, there is an option for a negative side of this. These are the good things that heartbreak can help you grow, but it's not the only things. There are toxic things that can grow in you as well if you choose to let it. So you have to make the choice that you're going to use this experience of heartbreak to grow in the things of God. Okay. And that is what my Christian Woman Recovery program is about. Breakup Recovery program is about. It's about helping you use this experience to grow as a woman of God so that you can walk into the next season better, using this heartbreak to propel you into purpose, to propel you into the future that God has for you. But you got to deal with the stuff first. It's not going to do anything if it's just sitting there, if you're not processing thoughts and emotions, if you're not praying, if you're not going to God and surrendering these things, nothing's really going to change for you. It's not going to happen. And I also have a bonus of how heartbreak can help grow you. It refines you, meaning it makes you more like Jesus. And again, as Christians, that is the goal, to be more like Christ, to be Christ-like, to have the mind of Christ. If you read the Bible, that's the goal, because we're all trying to be holy. Okay. We can't do it on our own, but as we go through these tests and trials, God is constantly, purifying us, right? He's refining us. He's got us in that refiner's fire. as the Bible talks about. And so that means that the refiner's fire is a fire that burns away any impurities on the inside of us that we have, and so that we can look more like Jesus. So when God looks at us, he sees his son. Yes, we're covered by his blood, but we shouldn't stop there. When we work out our salvation with fear and trembling, as the Bible says, it means to consecrate ourselves. It means to become more like Jesus, okay? More like Christ. And so that's the goal. That's the goal of it all. No matter what struggles we face, whether it's heartbreak or something else. All right. So again, the things that will help you grow as a Christian woman from this heartbreak, what it does is that it pushes you into the arms of God, which again is a place we should all be. Number 2, it strengthens your prayer life. Number 3, it gives you a reason to learn more about your identity. Number 4, it's an opportunity for you to explore your interests. Number 5, it develops and produces eternal fruit within you. And then that bonus is that it refines you and makes you more like Jesus. Okay. And so I feel like it got a little heavy towards the end, but that's okay. I just really want you to know that this is not just a terrible experience for you, that, you're never going to get over this guy. You're never going to live the life that you want. You're never going to have the desires of your heart. Just let God work on you. Okay. Allow these things, do these things, right? Go explore, go, learn about yourself, learn about God, run to his arms, do these things, and just watch how your mindset starts to change, and do it in faith, believing that if you do it, that you're going to see goodness in your life, that you're going to see healing take place for you. Okay. And so again, come and join my program. It is open to the public as of today. And if there are any spots left, because I'm not sure when I am recording this, there were 3 spots left. But if there's still any spots, come and join now, because those 3 spots can fill up so quickly. But you can join now, get in, and join me for these 3 weeks where we will do live coaching together, where we're going to talk about how to connect with God and invite him into this process, where we're going to talk about some of these stages of grief and how you actually process your grief, how do you change the way that you're thinking, how you start letting go of your ex, and all of those types of things. If those are things that you need help with, come join the program. There's a link for you in the show notes, and I would love to walk this journey out with you, sis. All right. So that's it for today, and I will talk to you again real soon. Bye, sis. Hey, sis. Listen, if you have been blessed, changed, or inspired by this podcast in any way, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This is the #1 way that you can thank me and show support for the show. Also, if this podcast blessed you, don't keep it to yourself. Do a quick share and bless someone else. Please know I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and I would love to hear from you. Come connect with me and other like-minded individuals in my Facebook group called Christian Women Overcoming Heartbreak and Finding Purpose. I can't wait to meet you back here really soon. Until then, remember to love the life you have while you're making it better. Love you, sis.